So here memorandum means memorandum of association. It defines about the limitations, okay, and the powers of the company, okay. And coming to another definition, according to section 2 subsection 56 of Companies Act 2013, the Memorandum of Association, as originally framed or as altered from time to time in pursuance of any previous company's law or of this Act, which means that Memorandum of Association is originally framed means at the incorporation, okay, there will be certain aspects. Why? Because in Memorandum of Association, we all see the aspects of the powers, principles, conditions, okay, and the aims and objectives of the company all will be originally framed, and as altered from time to time means they can be changed from time to time according to provisions of the company's law or act only, okay. But actually memorandum of association is not easy to change, okay. Alteration of memorandum of association is a hectic task. Why? Because companies has to approach the central government permission for the changes, for the alterations in the memorandum of association, okay. So it is a difficult task, but they can alter from time to time according to the provisions in the company's law or of this previous act, okay. Only according to the pursuance of the company's law or act only we can alter the memorandum of association. This is very important, okay. If we see now about the features of memorandum of association, so what would be the features of memorandum of association? So first one is, it is a primary document which states its aims and objectives, okay. So memorandum of association is a very important document, fundamental document, primary document which states the aims and objectives of the company. As I said before, without this it is a basic fundamental aspect, okay. Without this basic memorandum of association, if we have not produced memorandum of association at the time of the during the incorporation of company with the ROC, okay, we cannot form a company. So this is the primary document, we have to remember, primary document which states its aims and objectives. And coming to another feature, it describes and regulates the relationship between the company and outsiders. So what would be the relationship between the company and outsiders? Memorandum of association means the company is associated with different stakeholders, as I said before, like the creditors, the suppliers, the bankers, government, okay, customers. Different people will be associated with the company. So what would be the rules and regulations that to be followed by the company with different stakeholders of the company, okay. So in this memorandum of association, it describes and also it regulates the relationship between company and outsiders. So outsiders are nothing but the creditors, the suppliers, the bankers, okay, government, and the customers. So all can be treated as the stakeholders or else the outsiders of the company. And in memorandum of association, we will see the aspects regarding how would be the relationship between with these all the outsiders, okay. So another feature of memorandum of association is every company needs to prepare and submit to the registrar of companies. Registrar of companies is nothing but the ROC, okay. ROC means registrar of companies. So here every company needs to prepare and submit to registrar of companies. Without memorandum of association, incorporation or registration of company is not possible, okay. So a company should prepare and submit to the registrar of companies, because this is the place where the companies register, okay, register its name. So therefore it should prepare and submit to ROC. Another feature is it is prepared by promoters and needs to be signed. Okay, so who are these promoters? Promoters are nothing but the subscribers of the company. So who are these subscribers means at the initial stage, the idea, who the person who gets the idea to form the company, the initial person who step in to form a company, he is known as the promoter of the company. Okay, so this promoter should prepare the memorandum of association or else the primary documents, and also not only preparing the documents but also he should sign on those documents and should be submitted to the ROC. Okay, so now coming to another aspect, another feature, it contains different clauses. Okay, so in memorandum of associations we will see different contents or else clauses. Okay, so what are those clauses or what are those contents means 6 clauses can be studied under memorandum of associations, like name clause, object clause, capital clause or subscription clause, okay, association clause. Different aspects can be studied under this memorandum of associations. So what does these clauses says means, according to the company's law, okay, there should be a legal process, a legal requirement. According to the legal requirement, these clauses are formed. So whenever the company is going for registration, it should follow these clauses, as I said before, like 6 clauses: name clause, object clause, capital clause. Okay, so all these clauses should be followed according to the company's law. Okay, so this is another important feature. And coming to another one, as it defines the nature and character of the company, it is not easy to alter the clauses. Okay, so as I said before, memorandum of association here, okay, alteration, altered, it is very difficult. We can change, we can alter memorandum of association, but it is a very hectic task. Why? Because the companies should take permission from the central government. It is a very long process and very difficult process. Okay, so another feature means, as memorandum of association defines the nature and character of company, the aims and objectives of the company, the limitations of the company, the powers of the company. Okay, so it is not easy to alter, to change the clauses, right? So uh, except by fulfilling the conditions laid down in the Companies Act, and for specific activities and situations only. Okay, we have to remind it, only in specific conditions, specific situations can be altered, that too with permission from central government. Okay, so that is about the sixth feature of memorandum of association. Now coming to seventh feature, it cannot contain anything contrary to the provisions of the Companies Act. Means it cannot contain anything, means in under memorandum of association, as we see the aims and objectives, as we see the conditions, limitations, powers, activities, okay, all these should not go beyond the Companies Act. If at all it goes beyond the Company Act, or else uh, it contradicts the memorandum of association, if at all it contradicts the Companies Act means, okay, so it is treated as a void thing. Okay, it is not valid. So we cannot frame memorandum of association against the provisions of the Companies Act, right? Another one is any act done which is beyond the powers of memorandum. Okay, beyond the powers of memorandum means it can be treated as ultra vires. Okay, ultra vires is nothing but void. Okay, void means which is not a valid thing which is against the law. Okay, so any act done which is beyond the powers of memorandum will be treated as ultra vires. Another one is, it is a public document and anyone who wants to enter into a contract have knowledge about the contents of memorandum of association. So memorandum of association means it is a public document. Public document means any person who is associated with the company, any stakeholder who is associated with the company can inspect into the company's affairs. Okay, so that is why it is known as the public document. If at all, as a shareholder, I want to purchase shares from that company, means definitely I have to see the performance of that company. So how can we know the performance, or else how can we know the main objects, aims of that company, means okay, by seeing the public document. For example, I want to invest in for any manufacturing company. Okay, but whenever I see the memorandum of association, the main aim of the and object of the company can be known. But it is a real estate company, for example. So we can able to know about the company, what is it is, okay, what is the purpose of the company can be seen in memorandum of association. So I can withdraw because I want to purchase shares in manufacturing company only, but it is a real estate company. Okay, likewise, it is a public document. Okay, and anyone who wants to enter into a contract with a particular company, he can have a knowledge about memorandum of association. Okay, and another one is, Companies Act 2013 has prescribed the format in the form of table A, B, C, D, E for preparing the memorandum for different types of companies. Okay, here there is no confusion in what are these tables means. Okay, certain forms of a memorandum of association will be provided by the government. Okay, so by the registrar of companies. uh, how would be those forms means, it depends upon the type of company. Okay, here we will see five aspects: A, B, C, D and E. So five forms. Okay, five forms. So these five forms will be given to five different companies. Okay, depending upon the type of the company, forms will be issued. For example, form in table A. Okay, form A, it is applicable in case of companies limited by shares. Okay, so for example, form A, form A will be issued to the companies limited by shares. Okay, limited by shares. So A form will be given to limited by shares, companies limited by shares, applicable to companies limited by shares. So according to limited by shares, the form will be given. For example, if it is form B, so form B is applicable to companies limited by guarantee. So we know that limited by shares, limited by guarantee. Okay, liability we studied in liability, no. So here there, liability, limited by shares, limited by guarantee. Likewise, for the companies which have limited, okay, form B will be given to the companies limited by guarantee. Okay, likewise, form C. Form C means companies limited by guarantee which are not having a share capital. Okay, share capital will not be there, but they are liable, they are for limited guarantee. Okay, they are limited by guarantee, so the form will be according to the limited by guarantee of memorandum of association. Okay, likewise for D, form D is applicable to unlimited companies not having share capital. Okay, likewise fifth one, table E or else form E is applicable to unlimited companies having share capital. Okay, D is not having share capital, E is having the share capital with unlimited companies. So here these are the features regarding the memorandum of associations. If we see what is the purpose of memorandum of association means, the purpose of memorandum is to enable the shareholders, creditors, okay, and those who deal with the company, those who associate with the company, to know what is its permitted range of enterprise. Okay, so definitely the people who want to associate with the company, they will know about the company status. Okay, the scope of the company can be known. So by knowing the scope of the company, aims and objectives of the company, powers of the company, limitations of the company, any person who is interested may enter into contract with that particular company. So within the limits of that memorandum of association, contracts can be made and they will not be void, because they are beyond the limits of the company's law act. Okay, if at all they undergo contract beyond the limits of memorandum of association means definitely it is treated as a void contract. Okay, so this is all about the memorandum of association and the features of memorandum of association. Now coming to the contents or else subject matter or clauses of memorandum of association.